cheese and everything else. We're going to try to build that up for you and tell you where your food comes from. We got a couple different kinds of wheat we need to plant to raise, to make the flour, to make the pizza dough. We have two different kinds. We got spring wheat. This stuff, look, this is a seed that you would plant to grow spring wheat. This needs to be planted in the spring, and we can harvest this here in the fall.
The farm, the history of our farm dates back to before any of us were around. 1894 is when our farm was started. And you kind of see on the bottom all the different, Gabby would actually be the fifth generation coming out now.
No,
she'd be the sixth generation, excuse me, she'd be the sixth. Her dad's fifth, so if she gets involved in it, they would actually be 6 generations already involved in the dairy. This was part of the crew. Jacob wasn't there, Gabby's dad wasn't there. Scott is there with his 2 kids. Myself, my mom is 80-some years old, and my brother and his wife, and some of the other people that work there. Our milk, everybody asks, well, what do you do with all the milk when it comes from the cows? Well, I figured we'd show this right away. These are big stainless steel tanks. The first picture is what's inside of a room. And the tanks are so big that we left them stick outside. That's what's on the backside. There's 7,000 gallons in each one of them tanks. And then twice a day, in fact, a big semi-truck pulls up, and that's how much he'll unload in each one of them tanks twice a day, or once a day. So there's 2 loads of milk. There'll be 14,000 gallons of milk leave our farm, and it goes into making cheese. This was our old farm. Some of the kids that have been out, and they know this was our old farm. We used to milk 300 cows here. You can see the houses where we live. There's little hutches in the back. But we used to milk 300 cows there. In 2008, we expanded, and we built this facility. If you can see in the background up there, that's where there's 1,500 cows stored up in that big building up there. Right now, the whole dairy and where we store feed for the cows, it sets on 100 acres. That's how big it is. If you think of what 10 or 20 acres is, there's 100 acres where that all sets on. What you see with the new big barn back there, there's 1,500 cows in that barn. Yeah. This Gabby knows where this is at. She goes down there and helps with this. The calf is probably a few minutes old. Every day, when we have 6 or 8 new babies every day. Sometimes we only have 2 or 3, but then the next day we'll have as high as 15 or 20 in one day. So then they're all, when you talked about wheat, when you were making wheat to make flour with, that same wheat, once we take the wheat off, that straw that's laying in, that all comes from them same fields. And that's what we use for the cows to lay in and makes them clean and nice and soft and warm.